and welcome. This is Malika Mishra from NDTV Profit. Over the past decade, we've had multiple conversations on how technological innovations have changed science fiction imaginations into real-life possibilities. Alexa as a technological innovation stands at the pinnacle of that imagination. Today, Alexa is Amazon's cloud-based voice service available on billion Amazon devices and third-party device manufacturers that provides an intuitive experience with a device. Did we ever think that we'll be able to talk to a device in the most humanly natural way possible? Alexa is a tool to do just that. Amazon's Alexa has completed 6 years in India and since then has become a member of every household in India. Call it the top towns of India like Bombay, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, or the smaller cities like Dehradun, Kanchipuram, Vizag, Haridwar. Amazon's Alexa has reached everywhere possible. And today, we're being joined by Dilip Aris, Director and Country Manager, Alexa, and Parag Gupta, Director and Country Manager, Amazon Devices India, to talk with us. Welcome, gentlemen.
Nice to be here. If I break it up, understanding and speaking back into 3 parts, right? The first part is, did Alexa hear you correctly? So what we call automated speech recognition. So when somebody, for example, you might say Amazon, somebody might say Amazon, right? Both mean the same thing. So is Alexa able to understand the different ways in which Indians speak, different dialects, different nuances? So that's the first part. Did we hear the customer correct? The second part is what we call natural language understanding. Did the person mean what they actually meant? For example, if you say, how many marks do you have? Marks in India is very obvious, right? Marks is how many exams, what's the score in the exam you got? But in the US, perhaps marks means a very different thing. They say score, they don't say marks, right? So did they truly mean the marks in that context? So that natural language understanding had to be built in. And finally, the third portion is what we call text to speech. When Alexa speaks back to the customer, did it speak back in a very neutral English or Hindi language, or is it too biased towards one person or one community? Right? So we had to take all 3 aspects into consideration before we made Alexa more Indian and more friendly for all Indians.
We want Alexa to be Indian, not an American visiting India. Yeah? So it took a long time. I mean, India, by the way, was among the first countries after US to launch Alexa. But it takes time, and Alexa is still learning. It's the intelligent service in the cloud. The more we speak to it, the more we interact with it, it gets better every day. We don't really look at it as a margin plus or a transaction plus, but yes, the affordability of an Indian customer is very different than elsewhere in the world, and that was taken into account. We looked at competitive benchmarks. We looked at what we could afford, and how the device we expect to be used and monetized over a long period of time. It's not a short-term decision or a transactional decision that we make. It's about like how the customers will use, and it's not just about Alexa, right? The customer that buys Alexa is then going to go connect devices, other devices in their homes, and so hopefully they will buy it on Amazon. They will listen to music. And build our music service, we can monetize them there. And so it is really about turning the flywheel across all of the Amazon services.
We know that Indians love to consume content in all kinds of languages. So already if you ask for a Tamil or a Malayalam or a Gujarati song, Alexa already recognizes title names, track names, and then is able to play the right track for you. So there's some bit of understanding of Indian languages already. And we know India is a multinational, multilingual country. Yeah. So we already launched it in Hindi or English, as we like to call it, and English. With the power of generative AI and large language models, who knows, there could be more out there. So let's wait and watch.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for talking with us, sir.